One thing that is important as a no money spent player is knowing this concept. What players do you keep? What players do you sell? Obviously, if you are limited on subs, if you're trying to be frugal with your subs, try not to spend extra money on the game, or just in general try to get collections done as soon as possible without, dishing out the credit card, you kind of got to know who you should be using and who you shouldn't be using. Today, for this episode of the No Money Spent series, I'm going to answer that question for you. As a no money spent player, who should you be keeping and who should you be selling? Let's get right into it. Hey, what is going on, guys? In case you do not know me, my name is Scann, and we do MLB The Show gameplay tips, no money spent tips, and things like that all over the channel. So in case you are brand new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. There is a video on the channel for you to help you get better at the game. Make sure you give the channel a browse and check out, see what you like. If you are new to the channel, you don't know, I do stream on Twitch every day, 1 p.m. Eastern. Want to come hang out with us? Things like that. Make sure you join the Twitch channel link down below. We do a lot of grinding on stream playing this game. So if you have any questions, you want to hang out with us, things like that, come swing by a stream. So let's talk about our players and let's see who we should keep and who we should sell. So a key part of being no money spent is deciding the players you want to keep and sell. Obviously, everyone plays no money spent differently. Are you trying to get collections on, or are you just trying to, build the best squad with the limited amount of stubs you have? One of my goals on the channel is showing you guys that getting these live series collections are a lot more attainable being no money spent. I'm here to show you guys that it is way more efficient doing this than you may think. We will definitely be getting Soriano, David Ortiz, and Chipper Jones within the next month or two, give or take, depending on how much I really try at it. And I don't even flip the market. So our goal is to get collections done. That is our goal. I will also be doing another video and stuff down the road suggesting you budget beasts and players you should be keeping to help you build a good squad. But as of right now, I think at this early stage of the game, there is a great value in using live series cards, using the cards you're trying to collect anyway, and things like that. So let's just go through it. Which players should you be buying and which players should you be selling? My strategy, no money spent, is, like I said before, completing collections. So we want to try to build our squad up with the live series players and the collections that we're already collecting. These players we have to hold on to anyway to try to get the live series collections done. So if we can fill in any holes of our squad with live series players, that'll help us. So you can get some good live series hitters on the rotation and a few good live series pitchers, and especially in the bullpen, live series pitchers will help you out. And if you are collecting these guys for collections, you may as well hold on to them, lock them into a team, collect them. And the more of these players you collect, you get the rewards for collecting teams and things like that. Like these two guys here, Franco, who you get for the Mets, or Goose Gossage, which you get for the entire AL East, which will also help you get very good players, which you're already trying to get collections on, so it's a little extra reward. You're spending subs, collecting live series players, buying live series players, but also you get other good players out of it, so it's really an efficient way of building up your team and things like that. So we want to be buying these live series players. If we're going to be pushing the spender subs on any sort of players, it should be the live series guys. But which live series guys do we want to target? You go to our market, go to our filter, we'll filter the live series guys. I'm going to suggest to you guys the kind of live series players you want to target right away, and the ones that you should probably wait on or even sell if you pull them. So first of all, we have two general tiers of diamonds, our low diamonds and our high diamonds. These cards, anything 90 and above is a high diamond. These are a lot more rare to pull in packs, so these guys are a lot more valuable. That's why you see guys right at the 90 threshold. They start to get more and more expensive. We have some things change because of the roster update the other day. So guys like Freddie Freeman, who was an 89 before, is now a 90. So his price is going to be going up over time, because now he's going to be way more rare to pack. On the other hand, some diamonds like Nolan Arenado here went from a 90 overall down to an 89. So now that he's an 89, he's going to be packed way more often, and his price is going to go down and down over time. The general trend with the diamonds, at least from my knowledge, is the high diamonds, the ones that are 90 and above, should gradually go up and up and up and up over time. Obviously there'll be certain things that will affect the market, like, sometimes they have flash sales in the game where, these packs will be available more readily and these players will be pulled more often, so their price will go down. But the general trend is that they will be going up. So if you're trying to buy diamond players, you should try to target the high diamonds whenever possible. Because if you look at Mr. Jacob deGrom here, for example, you see he's going up and up and up and up and up over time. And there's no reason for that to stop. Jacob deGrom is a very good pitcher. So he's going to keep going up. Ronald Acuna here is going to keep going up. So try to buy these guys ASAP before they get super expensive. They're going to get to a point where they're really, really expensive. So if you can try to get them ASAP, that'll make you, even though it's a lot of subs to chip out, you're actually saving subs because you're getting them ASAP instead of, say, 20, 30K more expensive down the road. Our low diamonds, however, these are going down and down over time as time goes on. That is a general trend of them. Not all of them are working this way, but if you look at a lot of the lower diamonds, you will be seeing they go down and down. They're getting cheaper and cheaper bit by bit. It seems a lot of these guys hit a little stable point where they kind of stop going down or up just because, like, there is a balance of people wanting them, but also people trying to sell them. So these guys aren't going to be too crazy. The only players you may want to consider getting right away of these low diamonds are players you know could get upgrades down the road. For example, Mr. Tatis here, even though he's been bad defensively, could easily get upgraded to a high diamond just because he's an 89. He's been hitting a lot of homers, especially his last couple weeks. So, you know, he could get boosted to 90 power versus righties, and this card could jump up to a 90 overall, which would make it way more difficult to earn. So you may want to try to pursue these expensive low diamonds that have a high chance of going up in overall, and try to get them as their low diamonds so you could again save out on stubs. But there are other low diamonds, however, that everyone really wanted to buy, and after a short bit, when either they didn't go up to 90 overall, less and less people started to buy them as often. They went down. Like Mr. Juan Soto here was super expensive for a while. I got him for about 50 something K. Now he's in the 30s. And ideally, he'll keep hovering around this point, around 30 something K, which is a very reasonable price for that card. And that is the general gist of the diamonds you should be trying to buy and things like that. So we kind of answered two questions there, which kind of diamonds you should be buying and selling. Let's keep on going through players that we should be trying to buy. Let's talk about the inning bosses here. The inning bosses in this first inning program are interesting. Fernando Valenzuela here, it's going for 35K, which is about a fair price for a 93 overall player. We want to try to use players that, if we're not going to be using only those live series players that we're collecting, or the rewards we earn from that are a bang for our buck. Players that we don't have to spend many stubs for, that can be very good. And so far, looking at the first thing program bosses here, these guys are a very reasonable price. I think a lot of people started to get them when they started to add the conquest maps, showdowns to the program. A lot of people started to sell them once they added the showdown and the conquest maps to the program, where a lot more people are getting them now. So since this is the very back end of the program, these guys are at their cheapest point. We want to try to get players that are good, but also cheap, ideally. And look at Valenzuela, Kenny Lofton, Mike Piazza. These guys are very good players for 36K if you compare them to the live series players. So if you're trying to build up your team and you have a hole in center field, if you're struggling with starting pitching, or even need a nice catcher like Piazza, absolutely buy these guys at this cheap price point. And finally, obviously we're not buying these players, but we want to try to use the free to earn players that kind of aren't sellable, like our team affinity cards. These players are players we earn from doing the team affinity programs. Go to our programs, team affinity. As you see, I've completed the entire AL, and I'm crawling towards getting the NL done. This is a good offline grind. You don't have to play online. You don't need a crazy team to do this. And you fill in your team with 88 diamonds. You can fill out your team with 88 diamonds, and team affinity is something that'll keep on building up. So as a no money spent player, these team affinities are your best friend. Keep on chipping at these offline. You get rewards and such, but you also get the great players themselves, and you should be using these players whenever possible. They're free to earn, they're very good, and you can't really sell them anyway. So you may as well use them. They're some of the better cards in the game right now. As the year goes on, they're going to keep on adding on, and even eventually they may be sellable down the road. Also, make sure with your free to earn players, we also have other free to earn players in player programs, things like that. You'll see there'll be a bunch of players that we get throughout the year that are easily attainable for free, like in our daily moments, in our player programs here. We could evolve players or just complete player programs. There's gonna be a ton of easy to earn diamonds that you can't sell anyway that we could use on a squad. Focus on using these guys and not the guys that are like event World Series pack rewards, things like that. try to sell those guys for subs if you happen to get lucky to get them. All right, so those are all the players that you should be trying to buy, the players you should be targeting, trying to build a squad with. Let's talk about who you should be selling. First of all, you should be selling your duplicates. Obviously, there's certain things we don't want to sell in terms of investing cards. But ideally, if you have duplicate golds and diamonds and things like that, you probably want to sell them. Some players you may want to hold on to though. For example, Vlad Jr., who's having a great season so far, is up to a gold. Just in case Vlad Jr. goes diamond down the road, I'll have now a 5K sub card instead of, I say, 2,000 sub card, kind of like he is now. If you know players are doing great in real life and are bound to get good upgrades, those are the guys you should hold on to for now, but then sell eventually when they go up a tier in the roster updates. Like Matt Boyd here, I have 8 of him. He's been great so far this season. I could see him getting to low gold. I'm going to keep holding on to him until he gets to that point. Because 8 of them is just a bunch of them I got playing the game. So, we'll hold on to him, sell him down the road. Hopefully he goes up in value. The guys like Scope, I would sell. Guys here like Michael Taylor, I would sell. Players that probably aren't doing too great in real life, I'll just try to sell right away. Like I said before, we want to sell those diamonds, or any player really who should be going down in value. So as of right now, Nolan Arenado, who jumped from a 90 overall to an 89 overall, is a lot more common to earn. He's going to keep on going down and down. So ideally, if you get this card and you haven't locked him in for your collection, I would probably sell right now. As you see, he's already dropped 50, 60K within a day. And he's going to keep on going down with how often he's going to get pulled. So try to sell him while he has his value if you happen to have him and haven't locked him in for collections. And then if you want to buy him back later when he's a little cheaper. The final things you should be selling, this is an interesting one. Sell the players you earn online. One of the things I talked about with being no money spent is we earn our subs by playing online, earning those rewards we get from playing BR, ranked seasons, or events, and then selling them for as many subs as possible. So one thing is, if you like to play your online modes like ranked seasons, if you get the World Series pack as soon as possible, try to sell the reward you get out of it as quickly as possible. As you see, these guys are going down and down and down in price. So if you can get these guys as soon as possible, try to sell them right away. Obviously, you could use these guys, but like I said, we have offline players which we are collecting through team affinities, or even the live series guys we're collecting for live series collections, which are very competitive, if not better than these cards. So if we're trying to be smart with our subs, we should sell them. And just in general, playing these modes and trying to earn these rewards is a great way at making subs. So if you want to play the game, if you like playing online games, choose a mode, whichever one you want, and get the rewards from getting the win totals and completing the programs and things like that. Try to sell those rewards for subs and get them ASAP and sell them for subs instead of using them on your team. And that is going to be it. Hopefully I answered your question of who you should be keeping and who you should be selling. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be making a video soon of players like sub 20K, 30K, whatever the price point I decide on that I suggest you guys buy and the ones I suggest you pass on. And we can even make this like a common thing we do. Should you buy this player or should you sell him? So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button like I said. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about that kind of thing. That'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I was able to help you out in this video. I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.